In the sorts of companies that you're investing in now and you're developing, data obviously plays a big role. We were talking a little about micro-tailing, this notion that today the internet allows us to create these incredible companies that are so specialized. You know, Warby Parker, the Dollar Shave Club. I mean, these are amazing brands who are able to exist and offer these incredibly niche propositions, but they're able to do it with a clever use of data and a clever use of a business model to provide them metrics.
And clever use of very targeted personalization.
Right.
You can take, Dollar Shave Club is a good example. And if you haven't, anyone ever heard of Dollar Shave Club? It's not going to change the world, you know, it's just razor blades. But what's brilliant about it is how they have targeted a very, very narrow personality type. And they speak to that person very, very directly. And these people are scattered, but they feel like they're all together. So that's a very, very powerful thing that the web allows us to do, is collect these people and then speak to them very directly. Another company that I work with is a company called Chubby's Shorts. Anyone ever heard of Chubby's? Another company, brilliant in terms of how pure their voice is. And they can have this pure voice because they're using the internet to speak to, it's direct only, to speak directly to people who are just out of college trying to preserve that sense of bro-ness for another 4 or 5 years. And it's brilliant, and they're going crazy. I met with a company just a couple hours ago, American Giant. They make basically a kind of the end-all hoodie. Same thing, extremely targeted and focused messaging and finding the people who are dispersed, but all of a sudden feel, here's a company speaking directly to me. And one of the companies that I kind of helped start and had to back myself away from was an analytics company. And the type of tool they make is so suited to e-tailers. And so I get to see every day some new company I hadn't heard of, and then I go to the site and go, this is just genius. So it's kind of a really, really cool, cool trend in your ability to create these brands by pulling together a demographic or a psychographic or some collection to make it special and then have it so deeply resonate because you're speaking so one-to-one with these people.
Larry Loper with his finger on the pulse of hoodies. Love that. It's kind of funny. It brings it almost full circle back to it's just smarter, better, direct marketing.
Well, it's kind of funny when I go in and speak to these e-tailers and things like that. They think I'm like a genius or something because I kind of can talk about things like the analysis and the repeat business and the multi-buyers and all the stuff that I just did for 20 years, you know, my early career, and it's all back again. And it's actually it's so exciting to me because it really is. You know, this is the ultimate dorkness to be so into direct marketing, and now it's cool again.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right. Where would you like to go next? What are you interested in now in terms of when you look out? What are the kinds of?
I'm getting more and more selfish. You know, I mean, one of the questions people ask a lot is like, what new technologies are you seeing out there? And I go, I don't pay attention. You know, I don't look at low energy, Bluetooth, and I mean, I just don't care. There's certain things that really turn me on, and I find them so fascinating. And like, for example, you can tell the whole e-tailing thing, or this micro e-tailing, I think is so incredibly interesting. I love two-sided markets, where people are disrupting these old businesses by creating whole new ways for buyers and sellers to connect to each other and totally disrupting the old ways that used to happen. For some reason, I love that process of how you have to create two sides of the market at the same time. I mean, I don't know why. That's just really, really cool to me. I like a lot of the education. I like subscription businesses. And I include SaaS businesses in that because of these mechanics, again, back to my past, of acquiring a customer and then keeping them engaged and worrying about how do I keep them from churning off. All the same stuff we did when we were starting magazines, all the same stuff we did when we were starting mail order companies, and now we're right back to having those things but with much more powerful tools.